intuition gleaming, Delisa unfiltered, the queen of truth. Raising the bar, raising the roof. She got the receipts, she got the proof. Delisa unfiltered, the queen of truth. Unfiltered.
Beyond the fashion statement, the anatomy of the alchemy of locks, the modern illusion versus the ancient truth. I'm your host, and today we need to have a real unfiltered conversation about something you see every single day, probably don't truly see the way we've all seen locked heads come and go. In today's culture, it's a trend. It's an aesthetic. People grow them for various reasons, mostly to fit into a look. But today, we are stripping away the fashion statement. We are diving into the roots, literally and spiritually. Let me be vulnerable with you for a second. My journey with locks has spanned over 25 years, and I've always been a deeply spiritual person. But now in the beginning stages, I did things I shouldn't have done. I bleached them, I dyed them. I did all kinds of things that caused them to break off. I've had to trim them, heal them, and nurse them back. But through all the changes, I kept them. Why? Because for me, this was never about fashion. It was a spiritual choice long before it became a global trend. Long before the mainstream started talking about the 9 ether antenna reaching out into the cosmos. Today, we are answering the ultimate question. With the true weight of your crown, can you hang with it? Because life locked is not just a style. Let's break down the science, the history, and the absolute intuition carried in our hair. The bioelectric antenna, the science, the nerve endings. So let's start with the facts, because spirituality and science are just two sides of the same coin. Biologically, what is hair? Modern society tells you it's just dead protein cells but science tells a completely different story. When you look at the nervous system, your hair follicles are deeply embedded in the dermis of your skin, completely surrounded by a dense network of nerve endings called hair follicle receptors. Every single strand of hair acts as a highly sensitive physical lever. When the air moves, when the temperature shifts, or when someone steps into your personal space, those hairs send immediate electrical impulses directly to the brain via the nervous system. It acts exactly like an antenna. Now, let's talk about the 9 ether hair, the tightly coiled spiral structures of textured hair. In physics, what shape is used to conduct, amplify, and receive signals? A coil. A spiral. Your locks are literally electromagnetic copper wires made of keratin, winding upward, reaching out, and acting as an intuitive radar for every little thing around you. When we cut, bleach, or chemically alter them without reverence, we disrupt that bioelectric field. And when we lock them and let them form a cohesive matrix, we are strengthening our connection to the unseen world. It is an extension of our sensory nervous system. The scriptural crown, Samson, and the Nazarite vow. This isn't a new age concept. This is an ancient, and it is documented in the text. Let's look at the scriptures. We've all heard the story of Samson in the book of Judges, chapter 16. We were taught a superficial Sunday school story that his strength was in his hair. But let's look closer. The text explicitly mentions that Samson wore 7 locks of hair. Why 7? 7 is the number of spiritual perfection, the number of the major energy centers of the chakras in the body. Samson belonged to a specific group in the Bible. He was under the Nazarite vow, number 6. The vow explicitly stated that no razors should touch their heads. They were to let their locks of hair grow as long as a physical sign of being set apart, consecrated, and completely anchored to the divine. The moment Delilah cut those 7 locks, Samson didn't just lose muscle mass, he lost spiritual connection. His intuition and his bioelectric alignment with the Creator His crown was severed, and with it, his vision and his power, the testimony of the ancestors, mummies, and archaeology. If you think this is just a metaphor, all you have to do is look at the earth. The dirt does not lie. Archaeologists and anthropologists consistently dig up the physical proof. When they uncover the ancient skeletons and mummies of Kemet and ancient Egypt and regions across Africa, thousands of years old, what do they find completely intact on their skulls? Locks. Beautifully, perfectly preserved coiled locks of hair. Think about the profound nature of that. The flesh fades, the clothes disintegrate, the empires fall, but the locked hair remains attached to the bone. It is an indestructible spiritual declaration. It is a biological signature that says, I lived, I connected, and I preserved my power. Our ancestors knew that the hair was a storehouse of memory, a record keeper of our DNA, and an anchor to the intuitive world. So to my brothers and sisters who are on this journey or thinking about it, understand what you are carrying on your head. If you're treating your hair like a seasonal outfit, you're missing the magic. But through all the changes, I kept them. And why? Because for me, it was never about fashion. It was a spiritual choice. Long before it became a global trend. It is an interactive, living extension of your brain. It is an intuitive talker. It tells you when an environment is unsafe. It vibrates when truth is being spoken. It shields you when you need peace. My locks have been with me through the fire and through the bleach, through the trims and through the transformations, but they are my anchor to the intuitive world. Thank you for tuning in to Delisa Unfiltered. And if this has touched your spirit, drop those hashtags in the comment. Can you hang? Life Locked. Life Locked is a spiritual journey. Trust your intuition and stay unfiltered. I'll catch you on the next episode.
When the thunder rolls and the lights start to fade, you'll be safe inside in the comfort we've made. That Holland heating feeling got that peace of mind. Yeah, that